Gina's appointment was only 90 minutes long and she had her own dress to find. We all figured that was the end of it, and went to help Gina pick some dresses to try on. While we were near the racks, I noticed that the dresses Kelly was picking up and showing us were a lot different than the ones we were looking for. Gina was interested in simple, sheathed dresses with spaghetti straps or short sleeves, but most of the ones Kelly was going for were strapless A-line dresses and ball gowns. We tried to remind her that wasn't what we were supposed to be looking for, but she insisted on adding some of those dresses to the rack with the ones we were picking up anyway. Gina started trying on the dresses we'd found. We took pictures, gave our opinions, and discussed each of them with our consultant. At some point, Kelly excused herself and didn't come back for almost 15 minutes. We were so focused on Gina that we didn't even notice how long she was gone. And we really didn't notice that she'd taken one of the dresses she picked up with her. And then, 40 minutes into the appointment, in walks Kelly. And I think you all know where this is going. To her credit, she looked great. It really was a pretty wedding dress. Strapless, had a corset bodice, a tulle skirt, a beaded sweetheart neckline and a sweep train. And as we later found out, the reason she had taken so long was because she had to find another consultant to help her get into not only the dress itself, but also 2 petticoats to get the ball gown look. Kelly paraded in front of us with a huge smile on her face, spinning around, going on about how much she loved that white, ivory, dress and how she felt like such a princess, before smugly asking, "Do you guys like it?" We sat there for a moment in absolute shock. Gina's sister looked like she was about to blow up on Kelly. I could tell Gina was upset, but she has both a BA in public relations and the consequential skill of not embarrassing herself or other people in public. Fortunately, I have neither, so I was the first to open my mouth. I started by asking why she was trying on a wedding dress, and Kelly had the nerve to chuckle and say, what do you mean? Gina said you could try on dresses with her, it's not my fault you said no. Why can't I do it too? So said, as annoyingly and condescendingly as I could, "Oh, so you're engaged too?" My bad, I had no idea. At that, Kelly looked nervous. Everyone was staring at her. After a moment, she sheepishly confessed she wasn't actually engaged. The consultant that had helped her turned to her shocked, saying, "You said you were getting married in 3 months." She tried to give us excuses, she was almost engaged, it was just one dress, it wasn't fair that I could try on dresses and not her, but it was done. Everyone at the boutique, bridal party and staff alike, was already pissed. After almost 5 minutes of that, Kelly finally asked someone to help her out of the dress. Once that was done, she took a seat as distant from the other bridesmaids as possible and didn't say a word for the rest of the appointment. The consultant must have apologized to Gina a dozen times. Kelly never did. Gina did end up finding her dress that day, so we considered the appointment a success. Kelly wasn't dropped as a bridesmaid, mostly because neither Gina or Greg wanted to upset Paul, but remained aloof and unpleasantly snarky up until the wedding. Even though I was the mo, Kelly decided to avoid me as much as possible for embarrassing her the way I did. She didn't find out I was pregnant until the rehearsal dinner. It was at that dinner that she told the bridal party that she was going to give Paul an ultimatum: if he didn't propose to her that month, she'd dump him. A week after the wedding, he dumped her. No one was surprised. Gina and Greg are still happily married, and she is now very open about how angry she got that day. That being said, we both love telling this story.